Warren Buffett's advice for young people who want to be rich. VO and V version. You don't get to be one of the richest humans in the world barring understanding something the relaxation of us don't. Often referred to as the Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett has an internet really worth of $102.2 billion, in accordance with Forbes. While Buffett is truthfully a genius when it comes to business, his phrases of knowledge aren't simply proper for discovering a warm investment. There are many Warren Buffett recommendations that anybody can use, so how do we begin? There are two key portions of recommendation from Warren Buffett. The first is that to shift the needle you have to have something to begin with. So get yourself in a role the place investing is going to do something for you. You shop up to $10,000 as Warren did. You know, the center of attention on that earlier than your focal point on going deep and getting to know the strategy. Because assume of it like this. If your income $500 a week in retail, do not take time away from that to attempt and flip $100 into $200 in the inventory market. You would be higher off spending that time working. But then when you do have that preliminary sum prepared that you'll like to make investments in, which inventory ought we invest in? So an inventory can be correct or terrible, simply relying on what your method is. And it really is the place you want to start. You want to recognize what your intention is, and based totally on your intention you can come up with a strategy. This is precisely what Warren says as well. He diverts the query into what investing framework you have to have. What's your strategy? That's the integral constructing block that permits you to recognize what shares are proper for you. If you are a passive investor that wishes to set and overlook and actually take part in the market over a lengthy period cost averaging, then a market monitoring index fund is truly for you. But you would in no way contact an inventory like Facebook. But if you are an lively investor the place, you like to apprehend the business. You like to seem to be for aggressive advantage. Perhaps social media sits properly in your circle of competence and you deem that Facebook is presently 30% undervalued. Then perhaps Facebook is an amazing inventory for you, and the market monitoring index fund isn't. So take the time to understand your approach and then focal point on temperament. So what are our next steps? So they have it. Don't sense like you want to have an opinion on everything. Don't suppose you want to purchase both Delta or Southwest. If you hate airplanes, you know, do not experience like you want to understand whether or not Exxon is undervalued. If you hate oil companies, simply stick to what you recognize and simply let the whole lot else fly through to the coppa trade. Let nearly the whole thing go till something loopy occurs in the market too. You get your favorite inventory proper in the center of your circle of competence being thrown at you at 50% off. If that happens, then swing and swing hard. And it really is the to it. There are many Warren Buffett pointers that everybody can use. 1. Decide that you're going to be rich. To be rich, you have to trust that one day you will be. According to the Huffington Post, Buffett as soon as reportedly said, "I usually knew I used to be going to be rich. I don't suppose I ever doubted it for a minute." For nice results, set excessive expectations for yourself and work towards your desires and aspirations. 2. Start saving at a young age. By age 15, Warren Buffett had earned $2,000 handing over papers and promoting journal subscriptions, in accordance with CNBC. He used $1,200 of his revenue to make investments in a farm, forming a profit-sharing settlement with the farmer. The lesson: start saving cash as early as possible, so that you get into the habit, stated Brittany Castro, founder and CEOs of Financially Wise Women. This is necessary whether or not you're saving to make investments in an enterprise or purchase your first house. 3. Reinvest your profits. When Buffett used to be in excessive school, he and a pal offered a pinball machine. According to biography, the pair put it in a barber shop and rapidly earned sufficient to purchase greater machines and set up them in different shops. The buddies in the end offered all the machines for an income of $1,200. If you desire your fortune to grow, the fantastic component you can do is hold reinvested in your business. Of course, you can experience the fruits of your labor, however, don't spend it all in one place.